because what are some of the key integrations that you're dealing with when you're going out and you're talking to all of your organizations, your customers, and you're building integrations? What are the top ones? What are some of the things you're doing? What are some of the things you're seeing with all these integrations? And there's a lot of security tools out there that you can integrate with.
Yeah, there's because you've got threat intel and SOAR in one package, without sounding too salesy, the possibilities are kind of endless. You're kind of at your own discretion of how far you want to go with it. And that's really, I talked a little earlier about that was one of the really big value adds that we came across when we deployed and started leveraging the tool, is now you're no longer tied to one tool set. You're no longer tied to one integration or anything like that. You can now start to use the platform as, I think the term I use is the putty that fits into all the grooves. You're able to leverage it as that area of concentration, and then be able to drop into other things depending upon what you're seeing there through automations and kind of having that information elevated. So some of the bigger ones that we integrate with are some SIM tools. That's really key and crucial for us. We're a big IBM QRadar shop. We have a variety of instances, and it's allowed us to write these integrations into that tool that make the analyst more effective of what they do. And it also means that we're able to triage alerts that come from those SIM environments faster and more effective. And that's really the name of the game. Everybody kind of talks about how they're making an analyst's life better by implementing more tools. Hey, we're giving you more tools. You got 5 different hammers. Which hammer are you going to use to hammer that nail in? Well, now we're able to streamline those processes for the analysts and get that feedback from them to really drive forward a lot of automations that kind of make sense, but are not really present previously. The old one that's always used is integrating with a firewall for a one-click button to block an IP address. That's a really great use case. But if you don't have the context around that use case, blocking that IP may not be the right call. You then run into the issue of blacklists that live for perpetuity. How do you handle that? You're eventually going to block all of Amazon, because guess what? Amazon's one of the biggest cloud providers on the planet. And a lot of people leverage their IPs for 2 not so nice things. Are you going to block all of Amazon? Well, you probably also have vendors and products and services that also leverage Amazon. So you can't really take that blunt approach, where really now you need to have that context to make decisions. And those automations and integrations with the SIM, with endpoint products, with firewall products allow you to garner information, to aggregate it, to make decisions, and then elevate it to an analyst in a very simple format so they know where to go next. You standardize that initial deployment, and it allows people to really then start to do the artistry of cybersecurity. There will always be the need for analysts, for humans at the keyboard, because they have the hairs on their back of their neck that raise up when things aren't just quite right. Something just a little bit odd. It's how do you kind of inspire that moment so that they can review and see if it's really right or not, and then really sink their teeth in if they need to do that deep dive.
Awesome. Well, Devin, thank you so much for your time today. Really excited about this and really appreciate all you're doing.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.